They affect us all. And so, tonight on Second Nature, we'll be recycling some old nature footage.
then concrete brick. Alright, condemned. have mail. Not gonna touch it though. Yellow curtains. Just gonna get this again for everyone. Side doors boarded. Meter's gone. No electricity.
Let the me ride!
Folks, ladies and Gentiles, thank you for joining me on a Sunday morning, a kind of Sunday morning service, I guess we could call it. But, you know, the lulls never rest, and I wanted to get this out here. I'm a little late on some of it. I know most of you have probably already seen a lot of this. But we have some Rev updates, and I feel it's my mandated duty to cover all things lulls, and we need it for the archive, so we're going to do it. Folks, we had a ominous post by the Rev dude on his community tab. Now, someone said I seen someone post that his channel is gone now. Can someone verify that? I haven't had time to go look this morning, to be honest with you. But that's what someone said. You sent $3,500 to my PayPal. Okay, well, thank you very much. I do appreciate that. Every little bit helps, folks. I do have a thing for Cthulhu. I think I think I do. But in any event, folks, yeah, we got some updates from the Rev dude. Apparently, he claims he's in some out-of-state nut house. What's fact, what's fiction, I have no idea. We're going to put it out there for the people, and you decide what is fact and what is fiction in this whole crazy thing. Yeah. So without any further ado, we're going to take a look at the post. Also, someone says, yep, the channel's gone. It's been privated. Okay, well, there you go. We have a post from the Rev we're going to read. And then Fupa Cheese, the channel Fupa Cheese, went live about 7-8 hours ago. And went through this post, but has some additional stuff, some text, and a voice clip to add to this, folks. The icing on the cake. So we're going to check a little bit of that out and see where we're at. Now, again, is he in some out-of-state mental hospital? Is he sitting in his uncle's basement? Is he crashing on a friend's couch? I have no idea. Is he back with Shanny? I don't know. But we're just going to go on what they're saying. So I made this as big as I could for you people, if you can see it on your cheap Chinese cell phones. Just give me a sec here, folks. I got to situate myself. Take a little drink, wet my whistle. I don't have the gift of gab like Yvonne Helton. I can't just talk and talk and talk, and my voice actually goes raspy. You'll hear it go raspy by the end of this, folks. No, it's not Guinness. Or, sorry, it's not Heineken. I'm drinking green tea with ginseng and honey this morning, folks. All right, so let's work through this. This is that Rev dude. They let me have access to my phone for a bit. I'm in a mental ward, probably for a very long time. Certain things have happened that I can't talk about for legal reasons. As for Shannon, you know what I know. She was taken on the 302, and I've heard nothing else. And I don't want to know anything about her, ever. Ezzy is gone. I have no one but doctors and nurses in this high security facility. I'm Joker minus Harley. I doubt I will ever make a return to YouTube. If I do, it will be a miracle. I don't know when I can get my phone again to do this. I told them I wanted to let my audience know I wasn't dead. I know you people used me, fake-ass friends. YouTuber and real friends don't fucking exist. I will be at this facility for the foreseeable future. Signed, the Reverend Joker. You know, folks, like I said, you got to take it all with a grain of salt. I don't know what's true, what's fact, what's fiction. I doubt very much that he will never come back to YouTube. I have a hard time seeing that. But you never know. Stranger things have happened, folks. So there we are. That is the... Would cryptic be the right word? I don't know if it's quite cryptic. But that is the post that Rev has put out. He claims he's in a mental ward. A high facility. High security facility, folks. And they are things he can't talk about for legal reasons. So there we are with that. Now, like I said, we got the icing on the cake. We got Fupa Cheese over here sharing some text. Make sure you thumbs it up. I'll share the link. Don't you worry. So I'm skipping it. I'm just getting to, because she talks about what he posted. Actually, I haven't watched any of this. I just skimmed through it. So we're just going to get to the text that she was sharing with Rev and then shares with us. So let's get it on, folks.
I said today, after you told me about the buff dweeb thing, I said, Rev, do you need some money? Let me know if you need some. And it went through. See, my messages had been going and saying not delivered or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he said, you were such a sweetie. I don't need money where I'm at. I'm in a mental facility outside the state of PA. For now, this is my future. For as it seems, according to docs and cops, I'm not getting out of here anytime within probably the next year at least. Things happened with the Shanny deal. That's all I can say. They let me have my phone a lot now. And then I said, oh, thank God you aren't on the street. What deal with her being in the mental ward? Is she even alive? He said, I don't know if she's dead or alive. All I know is she was 302'd. That's the last I heard. And I said, why are they keeping you for that long? Is it because of your bipolar, or are you getting treatment for the alcohol? He said, it has to do with what happened in my grandmother's room, where I nearly blank her with a effing glass lamp. And I said, oh my God, they are blaming you for that. You were trapped. He said, yes, they are blaming me, and I'm probably going to be charged and forced to plead guilty. And he says, kind of fucked here. I'm in contact with lawyers. And I asked him if his uncle could get him a lawyer for the charge. Maybe they could lessen the charge. And he said, I've met some cool people recently, good contacts. So fuck, it might take time, but something good might come from this bullshit. And then he sent me a voice note. Let me get my phone and play it.
What do you think, folks?
It's a different situation, you know. You can be pretty private in this place if you keep to yourself. Okay? It's a unique situation. But the reason I can be have my phone and be like this in here is because they know that I'm not a violent threat. Because I've been around tons of people, you know, in these behavioral health hospitals now, and I never got violent. So they're like evaluating me here. That's pretty much what's happening. God bless you. You're a beautiful girl, you know?
So I want to pause and see people's reaction. What do you think about this? And I will say, if you listen to that audio clip, there's like a slight echo in the room, which makes me believe that he's not like at his uncle's house on the couch.
He's been known to stream from the toilet. I wouldn't be surprised if he's sitting on the toilet while he sent you that.
Oh my God.
He has been known to do that. When Rev lies, he's not a very good liar, and he lies big. He makes big, grandiose like statements that sort of it's just silly. Like, there's probably other scenarios he could have thought up or whatever to think of a better argument for where he's, you know, while he's not around and stuff. But to claim that you're in a mental facility and you're the only one still at a phone is just ludicrous. He's not in a mental facility. I'm certain of that now.
Okay. After that, I said, thank you, Rev. I tried to call you after you disappeared. I tried calling blank and they didn't have you. And I called several other hospitals, but I couldn't find you. By any chance, have you been in contact with Wookie? He said, yeah, like Wookie is the only person really I've been talking to because Ezzy is gone, completely, totally fucking gone.
Are you supposed to be showing a screenshot, just letting you know you haven't updated whatever's on the screen? There we go.
There we go. And then I said, well, the reason I ask is she had mentioned some updates in the community. I believe someone said that Wookie said that you were at blank and then blank shelter, but it turned out neither were true. And then he confirmed that he was at a certain place for a short time. And then I said, I wonder why they said you weren't there. He said they transferred me to a place I can't talk about. I can't say anything else about this. I said, okay, why did you delete your channel though? And he said, Shanny really wants me to go away for aggravated assault. And I said, fuck her, dude. She gets away with everything. And then he said it was my decision to hide my channel for now. I don't want flag wars to kill it. I hid my channel. And I said, oh, okay, that's smart. What are your thoughts?
Well, he hadn't been getting flagged, as far as I know. So I don't know why now he would suddenly start getting flagged. And he's protecting his channel by privating it. Yeah, for what reason? If he's not planning on coming back for a long time, makes me think that he's planning a return much sooner.
I don't know. I mean, it does make sense. Like, if you're not going to be on social media and you're not going to be able to monitor whether you're getting flagged for this and that, it would make sense to private everything. So maybe he doesn't plan on being on YouTube for a while. But, he declined receiving money. So that makes me feel like he's got to be at a facility where he doesn't need money for food. They're not letting him smoke.
He's never liked asking for anything. He's never liked, so I took from that when you said, offered him money, he never liked that. Shanny would always force him to go on live and beg for money. He hated just doing it. Like, he didn't like asking ever. People give him money, fine, but he didn't like asking for it. It was always a chore. So I think it's possible that he's rejecting money because he just doesn't. He's never liked that idea. of just sort of getting money, like for charity or whatever, because he used to do that himself when he had money. It's just something about it, like he just hated doing it. So it's a weird thing. But we're going. I think. What do you think, people? I think we're going to probably find out something in the next week or so. Like I think he's going to pop back up again, or he's going to continue to talk to people. And he's, as always, he'll give something up. He'll say something in a text, and everyone will know where he is or worked out what's going on. But the story about Shanny, though, it's so strange because he didn't mention that in that phone call with you. He didn't mention anything about like a lamp. And that wasn't mentioned to the cops either. And the cops said, well, there's no case here because nothing was videotaped and it's your word against hers. So why suddenly would she have a greater weighting to her word against him? That story doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But
well, first I want to say thank you for the super chat, Yemi. What up, fuckers? Hope all is well with you, Cal, and chat. And then Frank, thank you for the super chat. If you're Fupa cheese, that makes us cheese curds. Maybe cheese curds or Fupalinas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
about it.
In true Shanny fashion, I believe she exaggerated the entire incident.
Yeah.
100%. She probably twisted it, saying that he locked her in that room. You know, anything could come out of her mouth because she's so over the top, and she was angry with Rev for dumping her ass, and like Rev said, she really wants him to go away. And she's only doing that because she wants to punish him for dumping her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Thank you, FML Podcast, for becoming a member. Enjoy your emojis. Hostile Hooves, thank you for the super chat. Lol's Cow is from Wales. Australia is fake.
Wales, that's interesting. Good one, Charlie. Good one, Charlie.
Hey guys, it's me, Rev.
Hey guys, it's me, Rev. I'm not in the hospital, guys. I'm in a hotel.
I'm going to skip through this. I don't know if there's too many more texts. I was just kind of skimming through. I don't know if there's any more real info here to milk out of this. If you want to listen to them, I'll share the link again. Kind of speculating and going back and forth, which is cool. But I mean, we can do that all day, folks.
He lies big. He doesn't lie small.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I honestly do feel like Rev is like totally fucking done with Shanny.
Well, that's the.
No, there's no. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any new stuff, new content. As far as the text, folks, if you're just joining, allegedly, according to Rev, he's in some out-of-state, high-security mental facility for allegedly attacking Shanny with a fucking glass lamp or some. I don't fucking. Who the fuck knows? For all I know, the motherfucker's, living in the uncle's basement or something. I have no idea. We'll listen a little more in case a tidbit drops, but I mean, again, I think this is just mostly speculation and gossiping, so we'll see.
My scenario that I still believe is true, and I've held it since they went away, is that Jason is terrified of Shanny just turning up to wherever he is and Jason, where's my ears? Or whatever, right? I think he's terrified that eventuality, her going up those stairs as quick as she did, she terrified him. He didn't think she could do that. I think he's I don't want anything to do with her. I need to be away from her, or she might do something to me. And this whole effort between him and Wookiee, because we know Wookiee's been saying all sorts of stuff, is to help him being able to hide, which I understand because, as I said, Shanny was in that hotel room and she streamed from that for like, wouldn't have been more than an hour, and people had found out what exact hotel she was in. So I can understand like he wanted to stay low, but he's not doing a very good job of it. As people predicted that he'd stick his head up, above the trench and get, and come out of the hiding or come out of being quiet. And he's done that today. And I think we'll see more of it. Once people if he's still being able to do that, pop his head up and not get found out, he'll just be confident to do it more and more, emboldened to keep doing it. You may even be able to get him on stream again, Fuba.
Maybe, or definitely get some more voice notes out of them.
Yeah, well, if he's doing voice calls and stuff, like he did a short one with Buffweeb earlier, like if he's willing to do that, I think he's testing the waters. And if he can get away with anybody finding anything significant out about him, or he's safe, like if he thinks he's safe, then he'll come out more, like a frightened turtle.
So did you watch that part of him being on the other stream? What exactly did he say?
He said, "Hi, Frank," and Buffweeb said, he said, "No, sorry." He said, "Are you Frank?" And he said, "Yes," even though he's not. And then he says, Buffweeb says, "We're worried about you. Want to know, where you are." And Rev said, God, make sure you're okay. And Rev said, "God bless you," and then hung up. So it was like 2 seconds.
So he didn't want to talk, really?
Yeah, he didn't. He thought it was Frank. I don't know if it's the Frank that we've got in the chat. Crude AF. I don't know if he was talking about you, Frank, but yeah, he said Frank, and someone was saying maybe it could be like a family member. I don't know what the cousin's name is. I don't know. So for whatever reason, he answered it because he thought it was someone else.
This is true. Everyone kept telling Rev Shanny was going to get him arrested. Yeah, because she's a vindictive bitch. And Shanny's not the first woman to try and get their partner arrested for something when they're just out of spite, out of anger, because it's a control tactic. Like, oh, you're leaving me? Like, we'll see about that. I mean, even Chantal did it. When Natter tried to dump her and move on with Dee Dee, she was like, oh, really? We'll see about that. And she went to the police station to try and get him charged with DV.
Jeez.
Over something that happened months ago at that point. So it's not uncommon for people to try and pull that shit. Oh my God, FML podcast said Rev and Frank are BFFs. Frank, I think you need to make a phone call.
Yeah, if it is you, Frank, yeah, for sure. Like, don't hide it from us.
Frank, are you secretly letting Rev hide out at your house? You can be honest.
Hey, Frank. Come on, guy. Come on, Frank. Help a guy out. Help a fella out, man.
Where is Frank? Is he still in chat?
I haven't seen him for a bit.
All right. So I think they're just kind of, throwing some shit against the wall and seeing what sticks. I know some people may have just joined and they missed it. And this is a short video so far. So I tell you what, we're going to go back because it's only really a few minutes that have to do with the text. So I tell you what, we'll even go back because I don't feel like reading it again if you're just joining. We'll start out with a post. At the beginning of my video, I read this. I narrated this. But I'll turn it over to her this time. And we'll watch through with the text one more time. And we'll call it a morning. Folks, thanks for joining. Thumbs it up. But we got some updates here. So
Thing about her ever. Hold on 1 minute. Lowe's cow. This is what Rev had to say yesterday, and it's had a lot of mixed reactions.
I'll put it up so you guys can read along if you'd like.
He says, they let me have access to my phone for a bit. I'm in a mental ward, probably for a very long time. Certain things have happened that I can't talk about for legal reasons. As for Shannon, you know what I know. She was taken on a 302 and I've heard nothing else. and I don't want to know anything about her ever. Hold on 1 minute. Lowell's Cow Productions is here. Let me add him. Hi.
Hello. Hang on, I just had to shut the door. How's it going?
It's really, really cold here. It
very hot here.
snowed.
It's been extremes, like really cold over there and then really, really hot here. I've never had a summer where I live as hot as this.
Really?
Yeah, I had 109 degrees Fahrenheit the other day. We had about 3 days in a row where it was over 100. Today we had our first relief today. It was about 85. So we had like some relief today.
Yeah, my dad lives in Florida and he always sends me screenshots of his very nice, fabulous weather. Which it's great
Yeah.
in the wintertime, but in the summertime, it is so humid down there. It just makes you feel disgusting.
Yeah, I don't like humidity.
No.
But lucky I've got decent air conditioning, so I don't really experience it being that hot unless I go outside. So, but yeah, it's difficult when it's. We don't get as cold as you guys get either. Like I don't get snow or anything. It was funny. We had one year where I'd seen snow and I went, you know what?
It's like a few inches.
And they're
like getting like a little bit of the winter, like it just looks so gross. And before I get into the text message, I can't talk about for legal reasons. As for Shannon, you know what I know. She was taken on the 302 and I've heard nothing else. And I don't want to know anything about her ever. Ezzy is gone. I have no one but doctors and nurses in this high security facility. I'm Joker minus Harley. I doubt I will ever make a return to YouTube. If I do, it will be a miracle. I don't know when I can get my phone again to do this. I told them I wanted to let my audience know I wasn't dead. I know you people used me, fake ass friends, YouTuber and real friends. Don't fucking exist. I will be at this facility for the foreseeable future. The Reverend Joker. You want to comment on that?
So one thing people might not know who haven't been following Rev for long, if he's in a hotel when there's like a behavioural institution, because they don't allow you to have anything. They take everything off you before you go in there. So he wouldn't have been
for this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so that was the community post. Again, if you're just joining, if you already watched, you've seen this. So that was the community post. We've shared that. So this is just a little bit more around that. Apparently, he has been in correspondence with a few people. He goes into a little more detail here. So there are some valid updates here. Again, take it with a grain of salt. I have no idea, what's fact or fiction in this whole crazy thing. But this is coming from Rev. This is what he's saying behind the scenes. He goes into a few more details. And yes, I'll check my Discord DM in one moment.
So I said today, after you told me about the buffed weep thing, I said, Rev, do you need some money? Let me know if you need some. And it went through. See, my messages had been going and saying not delivered or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, you were such a sweetie. I don't need money where I'm at. I'm in a mental facility outside the state of PA. For now, this is my future. For as it seems, according to docs and cops, I'm not getting out of here anytime within probably the next year at least. Things happened with the Shanny deal. That's all I can say. They let me have my phone a lot now. And then I said, oh, thank God you aren't on the street. What deal with her being in the mental ward? Is she even alive? He said, I don't know if she's dead or alive. All I know is she was 302'd. That's the last I heard. And I said, why are they keeping you for that long? Is it because of your bipolar or are you getting treatment for the alcohol? He said, it has to do with what happened in my grandmother's room where I nearly blank her with a effing glass lamp. And I said, oh my God, they are blaming you for that. You were trapped. He said, yes, they are blaming me and I'm probably going to be charged and forced to plead guilty. And he says, kind of fucked here. I'm in contact with lawyers. And I asked him if his uncle could get him a lawyer for the charge. Maybe they could like lessen the charge. And he said, I've met some cool people recently, good contacts. So fuck, it might take time, but something good might come from this bullshit. And then he sent me a voice note. Let me get my phone and play it.
What do you think, folks?
It's a different situation, you know. You can be pretty private in this place if you keep to yourself. Okay. It's a unique situation, but the reason I can have my phone and be like this in here is because they know that I'm not a violent threat, because I've been around tons of people, you know, in these behavioral health hospitals now, and I never got violent. So they're like evaluating me here. That's pretty much what's happening. God bless you. You're a beautiful girl, you know?
So I want to pause and see people's reaction. What do you think about this? And I will say, if you completely, totally fucking gone.
Are you supposed to be showing a screenshot, just letting you know you have an update? There we go.
There we go. And then I said, well, the reason I ask is she had mentioned some updates in the community. I believe someone said that Wookiee said that you were at blank and then blank shelter, but it turned out neither were true. And then he confirmed that he was at a certain place for a short time. And then I said, I wonder why they said you weren't there. He said they transferred me to a place I can't talk about. I can't say anything else about this. I said, okay, why did you delete your channel though? And he said, Shanny really wants me to go away for aggravated assault. And I said, fuck her, dude. She gets away with everything. And then he said it was my decision to hide my channel for now. I don't want flag wars to kill it. I hid my channel. And I said, oh, okay, that's smart.
All right, so that's where we're up to with this. Now, there's a little bit more. There is a little bit more. So apparently, now, folks, so far, again, I'm leaving it up. I'm not one way or another. I'm just saying there's certain things that don't line up to me. I mean, I don't know why he's out of state. I don't know how all this stuff works. I assume it has. I don't know. I don't know what's real or what's not real here. But his phone time, someone had brought up in the chat as well. He first kind of let on like it was a special thing that while I got the phone, I'm going to make a post. I don't know if you'll ever see me again kind of situation. And then it turns out he's talking to all these people, and apparently he called back some guy. Lusty shared the link with me. Buffweeb. I don't know this individual. But apparently he got the new number, called Rev, and Rev called back. And had a very brief kind of thing. So let's check that out. I guess it's up here around 12 minutes or something. Let's go. Yeah, now listen to that. Let's go. That should be good right about there, because I think 12:10 it comes in. So apparently the guy gets a call from Rev. So let's check it out.
Hey, Rev. How you doing?
Is this Frank?
Yes. We've been looking for you.
Oh, God bless you.
He answered! He just answered!
I guess that was it. That was it. I don't know if you want to watch. This is like, he turns this into 4 hours. So if you want to check it out, I'll share the link, folks. And yeah, that's where we're at. I mean, like I said, it's a morning quickie. If you just got here, please thumbs it up. Go back to the beginning. I'm sure it'll be covered. It'll be analyzed. It'll be dissected. It'll be speculated on. What's the truth? The truth always comes out, folks. So, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But apparently, if we believe the narrative, Rev is in some high... Let's put it together. Rev is in a high security, out-of-state mental ward. Shanny is actively trying to get him put away for aggravated assault with a glass lamp that he, quote, stuck her with. He might be there at least a year. I'm just saying what he said. This is just a synopsis of what we have uncovered this morning. Again, what is fact? What is fiction? Who's to say, folks? I have no idea. But we'll definitely keep you updated as these details become more clear, folks. I'm sure BGTV will be covering it if something comes down the pipe here. Folks, thank you for joining me this morning. Give me a thumbs up if you don't mind on your way out. If you didn't like the video, hit the thumbs down twice. And that's about all I got. So thanks for coming out. You can hear me getting raspy. I need a drink. I got to wet my whistle, folks. But, when's the cold weather going to stop? I'm sick of snow. And, all that bullshit. But that's what we got. That's what's out there. So, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.